A 6-year-old girl walked into a police station alone, crying. And what she said next stopped every single officer in that building cold. This is not a story you hear every day. This is the kind of story that makes you put your phone down, sit up straight, and just listen. Because what this little girl did on her own, with no adult helping her, no phone, no plan, took more courage than most grown adults show in their entire lives. And by the end of this, you're going to feel something. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. Nothing special about the day. Just people going about their lives. Getting coffee, checking emails, driving to work. Officer Daniel Hayes was standing near the entrance of the precinct, finishing up a call, when he noticed something that didn't belong. A little girl, standing alone on the sidewalk. She looked about 6 years old. Her dress was dirty. Her shoes were untied. And she wasn't screaming or throwing a tantrum. She was just standing there, crying quietly. The kind of crying that doesn't make noise. The kind that comes from somewhere deep inside. Somewhere a child should never have to reach. Daniel walked over and crouched down. "Hey, are you okay? Where's your mom?" The little girl looked up at him, with the reddest eyes he had ever seen, and said 4 words. "Please follow me home." That was it. No explanation. No story. Just 4 words, and a look that said everything. Daniel held out his hand. She grabbed 2 of his fingers instantly, like she had been waiting for someone to reach out. "What's your name?" he asked. "Sophia." "How old are you?" 6.5. Like the half really mattered. And in that moment, it did. "Where are your parents?" She didn't answer. She just started walking, still holding his fingers, head slightly down, like she was carrying something far too heavy for her size. 4 blocks. That's how far they walked. 4 blocks through the city. This tiny girl leading a grown police officer. Completely sure of where she was going. She stopped in front of a small house. Broken gate. Porch light out. Paint peeling from the door. She looked up at him and said, "This is home." Daniel knocked. Nothing. He knocked again. Still nothing. He tried the handle. The door opened. Inside, the house was dark. No TV. No sound. No smell of food. Just silence. Heavy silence. And something else. A faint smell that made his stomach drop. Sophia spoke softly. "Mama's in the bedroom. She didn't wake up this morning." Daniel moved fast. Room to room until he reached the bedroom. And there she was. Sophia's mother. Clara. 28 years old. Lying still. Barely breathing. Unresponsive. He called an ambulance immediately. While they waited, Sophia climbed onto the bed. She took her mother's hand and started talking softly, like she had been doing all morning. "The policeman is here, Mama. He came. I told you someone would come." The paramedics arrived within minutes. And what they found explained everything. Claire had type 1 diabetes, a condition where the body cannot produce insulin. Without insulin, blood sugar crashes. And if it gets bad enough, you lose consciousness. Can kill you. Clara had run out of insulin 3 days earlier. She couldn't afford more. So she waited, hoping it would pass, telling herself she would fix it tomorrow. But tomorrow almost never came. The doctor later said, if Sophia had waited even 2 more hours, her mother wouldn't have survived. But Sophia didn't wait. She didn't panic. She didn't freeze. She acted. No phone. No help. No plan. Just one belief. Police help people. So she walked 4 blocks alone, found an officer, and asked him to follow her home. Think about that. Most adults freeze in emergencies. We overthink. We hesitate. We worry about bothering people. She didn't. She just moved. Because her mother needed her. Daniel stayed at the hospital that night. He sat with Sophia in the waiting room. Got her food. Let her fall asleep against his arm. At one point he called his wife. You okay? She asked. Yeah, he said softly. I just love you. He stayed until Clara woke up. Her first word? Sophia. Sophia looked up and said, I brought someone, Mama. Like you said. I found help. But the story didn't end there. The next day when Daniel told his colleagues, spread. Officers started collecting money. A pharmacy offered free insulin for a year. A non-profit stepped in to help with housing and support. One little girl's 4 words changed everything. The day Clara left the hospital, Sophia stood beside her. Clean dress. Hair combed. Shoes tied. For the first time, he ran to Daniel and hugged him tightly. He crouched down and said, "You were really brave." Sophia shook her head. "I wasn't brave. I was scared. But I went anyway." Daniel smiled. A real smile. "Yeah," he said quietly. "That's what brave is." There's something about this story that stays with you. Because Sophia didn't have strength. She had fear. Real heavy fear. And she walked through it anyway. She didn't wait for help. She went and found it. And that one decision saved her mother's life. We live in a world where people are afraid to ask for help. Where silence feels easier than reaching out. But sometimes, all it takes is 4 steps. Or 4 blocks. Towards someone who can help. Because help doesn't always come to you. Sometimes, you have to go find it. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories like this.